Both cinnamon and honey have been used since time immemorial. The history of honey dates back to the ancient Roman, Greek, Egyptian and Arab civilizations. Cinnamon has been an integral part of Ayurvedic and Chinese medicines for more than 2,000 years. Let's take a brief look at its nutritional data. Honey is 82% sugar by weight, of which about 40% is fructose. There are vitamins and minerals available in trace amounts. And then there are numerous antioxidants. This liquid gold contains amino acids and possesses antibacterial and antifungal properties. It can fight infection and treat wounds. It is also known to boost your energy levels and improve scalp health. And it can even treat allergies. But there is one ground rule: the darker the honey, the better. This determines the antioxidant content in the honey. For example, darker varieties like buckwheat honey are much better than the lighter varieties. The difference in antioxidant content, in this regard, can be as much as 20 times. Now when we look at cinnamon, this is a powerful spice used for its excellent medicinal properties. In fact, as per a Hong Kong study, cinnamon ranks number 1 out of the 26 most popular herbs in terms of the antioxidant content. The spice contains phenolic compounds and flavonoids that render it its anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, and cardioprotective properties 3. Modern research states that cinnamon could also help treat flatulence, menstrual cramps, diarrhea, and upset stomach. There are several other benefits, which, obviously, we will check a little later. But here's a fun fact: cinnamon is so good that the sticks are used as toothpicks in Sri Lanka. Talking about the benefits of the two, there is one thing that is important: it all depends on the type of honey or cinnamon you use. There are different varieties, but one variety of each overshadows the other. Here we special focus on raw honey and Ceylon cinnamon. There are 2 types of honey, raw and filtered. And there are 2 types of cinnamon, Ceylon and cassia. Let us see what is what and why one of the two is better than the other. Honey has several varieties. But all of them largely fall into 2 types, raw or processed. In other words, unfiltered or filtered. Raw honey, well, is raw. It doesn't undergo any heat processing or filtration. It retains some of the natural pollen grains that are believed to have nutritious benefits. We need to understand that honey is produced by honey bees from plant nectar and not pollen grains. Which is why finding pollen in honey is only incidental. The number of pollen grains in honey is so low that it doesn't impact its nutritional content. At least, not much. Raw honey contains bee pollen, honeycomb bits, broken bee wings, and propolis, also called bee glue, a gluey mixture that honey bees produce to seal the unwanted open spaces in the beehive. Raw honey also looks cloudy and unappealing. Bees are known to carry an electrostatic charge, which is believed to attract other important compounds into raw honey that can have certain benefits. Filtered or processed honey undergoes a process before it is sealed into jars. This is to remove the undesirables from the raw honey. It looks like what you see on supermarket shelves, as a clear golden liquid that is easy to spread. Raw honey looks pretty unappealing. And it wouldn't sell. Which is why it is processed and filtered. Filtration is also done to ensure that honey stays liquid for a long time. Raw honey contains suspended particles and fine air bubbles that might accelerate crystallization. Filtration slows this down. Certain reports say raw honey is far more nutritious, and certain others say there is no big difference. However, you can always go for raw honey if you don't really care about its appearance. It has the upper hand anyway. If you can't find it, you can always go for honey that is darker in appearance. Speaking of honey, there is one more variety called Manuka honey. This variety of honey is produced in New Zealand by bees that pollinate the Manuka bush. Manuka honey, apart from containing hydrogen peroxide, a common component in all honey varieties, also has other antibacterial components. It also contains an ingredient with antimicrobial qualities, which is called the unique Manuka factor. It is so called as no one was yet able to discover the unique substance that renders it these qualities. The 2 most widely known types of cinnamon are Ceylon and cassia. One major difference between the two is that Ceylon cinnamon comes from Sri Lanka and Madagascar, while cassia comes from China and Indonesia. Ceylon cinnamon emanates a very strong smell, whereas cassia is less sweet and delicate. In terms of safety, the Ceylon variety seems to have the upper hand. Cinnamon contains a compound called coumarin, which was found to cause liver toxicity in certain cases. Ceylon cinnamon contains the least amount of coumarin, with the content being 0.017 grams per kilogram. Cassia cinnamon has 0.31 grams per kilogram. Though cassia cinnamon is largely studied for its benefits, it is the Ceylon variety which, according to scientists, is safer in higher doses. So, how do you differentiate between the two? Ceylon cinnamon is lighter in color, it tastes lighter and is less spicy. Cassia is darker, it has more fibrous looking layers and is usually spicy. And, by the way, it is hard to find Ceylon cinnamon in the market. Also, it is expensive. Now when we look at health benefits of honey and cinnamon mixture, it's amazing. It reduces the risk of heart disease. One of the best honey and cinnamon cures is good heart care. Honey contains various polyphenols, like quercetin, galangan, and acacetin, that were found beneficial in the treatment of cardiovascular diseases. Cinnamon and honey strengthens the heartbeat. As one ages, the arteries and veins lose their flexibility and get easily clogged. Honey and cinnamon revitalize the arteries and the veins. It was found that the long-term treatment of rats with cinnamon had improved their cardiovascular profiles. Similar findings could be possible in humans. As per the United States Department of Agriculture, a water-soluble extract of cinnamon contains antioxidative compounds that can help prevent heart disease. The inclusion of spices in food was also found to reduce the negative effects of consuming a fatty meal. This could eventually help prevent heart disease. Though we don't know if cinnamon can lower cholesterol, it sure can be a good replacement for sugar and salt if you want to add flavor to your food. This can also contribute to a healthy heart. Take equal parts, or as required, of cinnamon and honey powder and make a paste. Spread this on wheat bread and include it in your breakfast. Oral honey is known to stimulate the production of antibodies that might enhance immune responses. Honey aids wound repair. This golden liquid also possesses important enzymes and anti-tumor properties. Research says that honey can also heal burn wounds. Honey can treat cough too, especially in children. As per a Vancouver study, a single dose of honey before bedtime can diminish cough in children and their parents as well. In addition to cough, honey can also help treat cold, an ailment caused due to a weak immune system. Cinnamon contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, whose moderate consumption was found to have preventive benefits, one of them being enhancing immunity and preventing the corresponding ailments. Add a pinch of cinnamon powder to a glass of lukewarm water, mix it with a tablespoon of honey. Take it in the mornings, especially in the cold seasons. Drinking cinnamon and honey mixture will also help clear your sinuses. Treats skin infections. The mixture can treat numerous skin infections like tinea, dandruff, seborrhea, and psoriasis. It was also found that honey can fight against microbes that cause dermatological discomfort. This can help heal acne and reduce wrinkles. The honey and cinnamon in the mixture can facilitate a process called collagen biosynthesis, which was found useful for the anti-aging treatment of the skin. This mixture can also cure acne, eczema, ringworm, and numerous other types of skin infections. Mix 1 part cinnamon powder with 3 parts honey and use it as a face mask. It cleanses your pores. And for treating acne, this is what you can do. Take 3 tablespoons of honey and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and make a paste. Microwave for 30 seconds, it shouldn't be too hot, by the way, and apply the mask to your face. Leave it on for 10 minutes. Rinse and pat your face dry with a soft towel. Helps treat inflammation and arthritis. Arthritis patients can benefit by taking 1 cup of hot water with 2 tablespoons of honey and 1 small teaspoon of cinnamon powder. When taken daily, even chronic arthritis can be cured. In a recent research conducted at the Copenhagen University, it was found that when doctors treated their patients with this mixture before breakfast, within a week about 35% were completely relieved of pain, and within a month, almost 95% of the patients who could not even walk because of arthritis had started walking slowly without pain. The honey-cinnamon mixture contains numerous antioxidants and flavonoids that help treat inflammation. This mixture is also known to aid arthritis treatment. You need to simply apply the mixture to the affected areas. The cinnamon in this mixture can be useful for treating age-related inflammatory conditions. It can also reduce the inflammation of the colon. Mix equal parts of cinnamon powder and honey and apply the mixture to the affected area. You can also add a little bit of apple cider vinegar for better results. This mixture is good for diabetes. As per a study, honey supplementation in diabetics helped reduce body weight. It has been found that anti-diabetic drugs, when taken along with honey, help improve diabetes control. The honey in the mixture can help heal diabetic wounds too, such as diabetic foot ulcers. However, some caution needs to be exercised while using honey for diabetes. Certain studies have shown higher levels of hemoglobin A1c, which indicates poor control of blood sugar levels. As per a study, the cinnamon present in this mixture can help people with type 2 diabetes as it reduces the various risk factors associated with the disease. Cinnamon was also found to reduce postprandial, during or after dinner or lunch, blood glucose levels, and this might benefit diabetics in some way. You can mix equal parts of honey and cinnamon powder till you get a paste. Spread this paste on your toast or mix it in your juice. Helps treat bladder infections. This could be something unheard of before. Probably. The honey in the mixture is an effective agent to inhibit the growth of certain bladder cancer cell lines. Another study states the efficacy of honey in combating urinary tract infections. The cinnamon in the mixture is no less. The spice is proven to suppress the bacteria that cause urinary tract infection. Mix 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of honey with a glass of warm water. Consume it once a day. This must help relieve the bladder infection. If the infection is too severe, you can substitute water with cranberry juice. Helps treat indigestion and other gastric issues. Honey has been used since ancient times to relieve indigestion and other gastrointestinal issues. This is because it soothes the membranes of the digestive tract. It is also quickly absorbed and offers maximum energy with minimal digestive work. Honey stops the growth of Helicobacter pylori, which is supposed to be the major cause of indigestion. Honey also helps in the secretion of digestive juices, another reason this mixture can work well for treating indigestion. The cinnamon in the mixture, as per studies, has properties that can relieve heartburn and stomach cramps. Cinnamon has also been found to lower the stomach temperature. It reduces stomach gas by decreasing the secretion of gastric acid from the stomach walls. In fact, including this cinnamon mixture in your diet can reduce your stomach temperature by 2 degrees. Sprinkle a pinch of cinnamon powder on 2 tablespoons of honey. Take this mixture before your meals. Helps lower cholesterol. According to the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, both honey and cinnamon possess cholesterol-lowering properties. As per some evidence, intaking honey might result in small decreases in the cholesterol levels of diabetes patients. In fact, just half a teaspoon of cinnamon a day was found to lower cholesterol levels in type 2 diabetes patients. Mix 2 tablespoons of honey and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder with around 470 milliliters of tea water. Take this mixture in the mornings. Cinnamon and honey for weight loss. If you have been wanting to lose weight, this mixture could be one good option. Apart from exercise and proper diet habits, obviously. As per a San Diego study, honey can reduce weight gain. The cinnamon in the mixture is known to suppress appetite, which can indirectly contribute to weight gain. Take 1 tablespoon of honey, half teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 cup of filtered water. Boil the water. Add the cinnamon in a separate bowl. Pour the hot water over the cinnamon, and let it steep for 15 minutes. Once the liquid cools down, add honey to it. You can drink this mixture twice a day, once in the morning, and once in the evening. Take it on an empty stomach. Helps treat infertility. Honey and cinnamon mixture has been considered a conception aid for a long time. Consuming this enhances the reproductive system both in males and females. Mix cinnamon with a small amount of honey to make a paste. Spread the paste over your gums, your body will slowly absorb it. Helps cure bad breath. The intake of honey was found to suppress the odor of garlic and bad breath. Mix 1 teaspoon of honey and a pinch of cinnamon powder with warm water. Gargle the mixture first thing in the morning. Offers energy boost. If you have the habit of chewing gums laden with artificial sweeteners, you have a wonderful alternative, the honey-cinnamon mixture. Because the sugar in honey was found to provide far more energy than the regular artificial sweeteners. Honey is also a great natural source of carbohydrates. It provides energy and instantly boosts performance. It also enhances endurance and prevents fatigue during exercise. Mix equal parts of honey and cinnamon powder and have it in the morning with breakfast. Prevents allergies. One study says that a high dose of honey helps improve the symptoms of allergic rhinitis, inflammation of the mucous membrane of the nose. Though research is limited in this regard, one report says that honey contains flower pollen, an allergen, that can be used to treat the related allergies. One simple way is to mix equal parts of honey and cinnamon powder and consume it in the morning. If it's a skin allergy, you can apply the same to the affected area. Cures a sore throat. According to a report published by the University of Maryland Medical Center, honey can be used as a remedy for a sore throat. Limited research is available about cinnamon and its ability to cure a sore throat. However, it doesn't cause it, and hence, including it in your mixture would only benefit you in one way or the other. Simply swallowing a teaspoon of honey in the morning can make your throat feel better. Helps treat asthma. In one study, honey was effective in treating and managing asthma in rabbits. Similar results were found to be possible in humans. This might be because honey contains a small amount of pollen. When this pollen is ingested by the human body, it triggers the immune system and produces antibodies. Hence, if a person contracts asthma after getting exposed to smoke or pollen, the antibodies help improve the symptoms of asthma. But talking about cinnamon, there is something to be kept in mind: cinnamon can also act as an allergen and trigger asthma. Hence, use this mixture with caution. If there is any indication of the symptoms worsening, exclude cinnamon and use honey alone. Mix 1 teaspoon of honey with 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Have the mixture at night before going to bed and in the morning on an empty stomach. Repeat regularly. If the cinnamon is causing problems, you can use a simple mixture of honey and water. Heat 250 milliliters of water and stir in 1 teaspoon of honey. Consume thrice a day. That's about the formidable combination of cinnamon with honey. And like anything else you find in nature, this thing also needs to be taken with certain precautions in mind. Precaution. Excessive use of cinnamon can cause hepatic toxicity. This video is solely for educational purpose. Always consult your doctor before using this mixture.